Do you want to have the ultimate control over your life? Welcome to Take Control with Whitney Wells, where we will explore all topics of life that we try and control, what this creates for you, and how to have successful relationships all while empowering yourself. Keep listening and let's have some fun. Hi everyone, and welcome to episode 58 of Take Control with Whitney Wells. I hope you're having a great day, a great week. Another fun day of soccer occurred in my life. My 6-year-old son, had a game today, so that was fun. We had a fun week as well. Lots of activities, normal stuff of school, and hanging out with other 6-year-old buddies. So that was always fun, right? Yeah, so I hope you had a great week as well, and that you are being human and feeling all the feelings that occur, enjoying the ups and the downs that happen, because that's life, right? And yeah, I hope that you can tune in to this podcast to help with all of life, all of those ups and those downs, and get some fun tools and useful concepts and just some overall help or enjoyment, right? Okay, so today we're going to talk about when you are just so tired, overwhelmed, and discouraged. So I chose this topic for today because I am just tired. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice, but I am just a little bit exhausted right now. And I just felt like this was a fitting topic. So, have you ever felt like you are just juggling a lot of things? Maybe it's kids or work or commitments that you have, or maybe it's other people's schedules that you have to keep track of and make sure your kids are getting to this event on time, or that, school function, or school, just in school in general, getting to school on time. And maybe it's just the overall encompassing fact of just keeping everything flowing and moving and on track. So, if you're feeling any of these feelings, or these are occurring to you, and you're feeling that tired feeling and that overwhelmed feeling, and just maybe discouraged and maybe even defeated at times, just know that that's okay. That's okay to feel this way. It's okay to experience any feeling that you're feeling, and it makes sense. And you're not alone. There are lots of people out there experiencing these same feelings as you. So others can relate. Others are right there with you. And right now I am too. I am right there with you. So keep listening, and I will offer some possible solutions to feel better if you want to try them out. So first we're going to talk about what is actually happening, what's actually occurring. I always like to uncover what are the facts, right? What is really happening? Because when we can understand what's happening, that's when we can keep it, right? We can keep it. We can choose to keep feeling that way and keep thinking certain ways and keep what it is that is occurring, or we can change it. From that place of knowing and understanding, that's where we can make the change if we want to. So first First, I mentioned the feeling of tired, exhaustion, right? You're feeling exhausted, you're feeling tired. So this is a physical sensation in your body. This is occurring within your body, and you're tired, right? Your body feels tired. Maybe you feel like your eyelids are heavy, right? You feel tired. This is classified, so to speak, as a physical sensation. So that's good to know, right? It is happening in our bodies, and we are physically exhausted, physically tired. So that is what is happening. That is what is occurring. It's not coming from the thoughts that we think. It's within our bodies, right? We are physically tired, physically exhausted. Now, when you feel overwhelmed, discouraged, defeated, so on and so forth, these are emotions. Now, these emotions, I know if you've listened to any other episodes, you've heard me talk about how our feelings are created by our thoughts. So these feelings of overwhelm, feeling discouraged and defeated, they're created by our thoughts. You are creating them because of what you think. Maybe it's, the juggling of the kids, and then you have a thought that is creating your overwhelmed feeling, right? So the kids, the work, the commitments, other people's schedules that maybe you're having to keep track of, all of the things that you're trying to keep flowing and moving and on track for you maybe, and maybe for others as well. They are not creating your feeling. You are, with your thoughts. And this isn't to say your thoughts are wrong or your feelings are wrong. This is just to give you your power back by creating this awareness and ownership over your outcome. Because let's just go to that land where the thing outside of us, the kids, the other people, the to-do list, right? The calendar. Let's go to the land where those things are creating our overwhelmed feeling, or our discouragement, or our defeated feeling. If this were the case, which is you can totally believe this if you choose to, right? But if this were the case, that means that we don't have control over it. We don't have control over feeling the feeling that we're feeling. Because we don't have control over the outside, right? We're just, okay, we have kids to get to school. We have to get to them to school at a certain time. We're going to feel overwhelmed because this is... But when we can drop into the place where it is our thoughts about what is occurring, about our to-do list, our calendar, the kids, the other people, all the work, right? All the things outside of us. When we can go to, it is our thoughts about those things that is creating our feeling of overwhelmed, discouraged, and defeated. That is where you have the control. Because your thoughts are optional. You can, once you recognize it, right? Once you are aware of what you're thinking, you can choose to think your thoughts that are creating your feelings, or you can choose other thoughts. I love this. By being aware of your thoughts and owning them, you now have leverage over them, over how you feel, over what results you create for yourself. So fun, right? So some common thoughts that may create you to feel overwhelmed, discouraged, and defeated may be, this is all too much. Have you ever thought that? Or maybe life shouldn't be this tough. Or maybe that's not fair. Or maybe it's, I wish my life was different. Or maybe it's simply, this is so hard. I feel like that is the most common one that I see in my clients and myself as well. This is so hard. So these thoughts, if you see them come up, you can just simply be aware of them and own them as yours. Own them as what is creating that feeling for you, whatever it is. And then you have that leverage, and then you have that power, and then you have that control to decide on purpose, to be intentional. And yes, of course, as I mentioned, you can keep these thoughts. You can keep your feelings. But just know that you are the powerful one. You are the one in the driver's seat. You are the one deciding on purpose. Nothing outside of you is creating your feeling of overwhelm or your feeling of, defeated and discouraged. Nothing outside of you. So now that we know what is occurring, here are some solutions in order to feel better. So if you are feeling tired, that physical sensation of exhaustion, you have the option to just let yourself be tired. Let yourself be tired and take some time to rest. Now this may be easier said than done for some of us, right? But notice when you feel tired, and that just giving yourself that small break and taking a few moments for yourself and taking care of yourself may be what you need, right? In that moment. This may be all you need in order to move on to the next thing and show up as your best self. So give yourself that break. Be compassionate with yourself. Know that you're human and you're going to need rest. You're going to need a breather. So even if it's just a few moments, or even if it's just one long breath, allow yourself to go there, to take that rest. I felt very tired after a long day today and a really good run that I took my dog on. So I took that time to rest, to recharge before I, showed up here for all of you. I took that time to rest so that I could show up as a better self. I could show up as my best self here. I'm still a little tired, but I'm here. A bit more rested. And yeah, that breather was very, very helpful. I didn't just power through. And of course, that's always an option, right? You can power through. But instead, I felt aligned with slowing my body down, slowing my mind down, and taking that break, taking that rest. Now, next, as I mentioned, if you are feeling overwhelmed, right, that feeling that's coming from your thoughts, if you're feeling discouraged or defeated, let yourself feel these feelings. In order to move through any feeling, in order to move to that other side, you need to allow yourself to process your feeling. And this is done without urgency, without a real need to feel something different. When we really want to get to a new feeling, that's when we know we have to stay with our current feeling. That's when we know we have to slow down and allow ourselves to fully feel what we're feeling. I find that this comes up a lot with many of my clients. They don't give themselves the opportunity to pause and truly feel how they are feeling. And then what occurs is the feelings build up and up and up until they create that suffering. So give yourself permission to feel your feelings, to truly be with them. Now, what does this look like, right? Like in real life, what does this look like? Well, first, try naming your feeling. What is it? Frustration, overwhelm, defeated, discouraged, whatever it is, sadness, hurt. So name your feeling. Then next, discover where in your body you feel the feeling. Where in the body do you feel this feeling? And as I like to say, your feeling that's within your body is simply a vibration. So where do you feel this vibration? Is the vibration slow or fast? What does it look like? Is it big or is it small? Is it hot or is it cold? Describe the feeling. Describe this vibration. Now, during all of this, you want to breathe into this vibration. Allow yourself to be curious about what is occurring and keep breathing into it. Breathing into that vibration. See where it moves. Does it change in intensity? Now your feeling may come in waves. So I always suggest to be prepared to possibly repeat this, right? You may feel that overwhelmed feeling again. And you can go back to breathing into it, allowing it to be there. When we resist it and when we avoid it, it will create that suffering. Once you have fully allowed and processed an emotion, you may even realize that it's not as bad as you thought it would be. Or it's simply not as bad as the suffering you were experiencing when you were resisting or avoiding that feeling. Now the other option is bring that feeling with you. Carry it like it is a heavy purse, as one of my coaches and teachers has described it, or a bag on your back, right? You can still show up in the world and have that feeling right on your shoulder. I feel overwhelmed and I can still show up. I feel overwhelmed and I can still parent effectively. These are possible thoughts that you could try on. Now, the next solution that you can try out if you want is ask yourself, do you have to do these things? Do you have to do the things on your to-do list, the things on your calendar, for your kids, for work, the commitments, other people's schedules that you have to keep track of? And I say have to in quotes. The keeping the flow and the everything moving and everything on track. Do you have to do these things? You may say yes. Yes, of course I have to. But let's question that. Do you really? Well, I'll give you the answer. We never have to do anything. There's nothing that we have to do. But oftentimes we want to do these things, right? Now you may be thinking, no, I don't want to do them. But just stay with me. Our desires to do these things, our want to do these things, is bigger than our desire or our want not to. And how do we know? Because you show up and you do the thing. That is your result, right? You do the thing, and that's what you create. So, because your want or your desire to do the thing is bigger than your want or desire not to, that is why you do them. Even if a part of you doesn't want to. The part of you that is answering, no, of course I don't want to do these things. The part that does want to, that part of you, wins out and is stronger. And that is why you do the things. Now, knowing this can be so empowering, because if we don't have to do anything, we can shift to, I choose to, and I want to do these things. You are in control, and you are choosing to do these things. This is so empowering. Nothing is controlling you. And you're giving yourself that permission, right? Knowing that you don't have to, you can ask yourself, do you want to? Do you truly want to? Give yourself permission to go there, to answer that question. See what comes up for you. And if you want to, you can own it. It can be yours. Instead of blaming it, right, on anything outside of you, which disempowers you. All right, the last solution. You have the option to be the hero of your story, feel better, take control, and empower yourself by trying on new thoughts. Now, I suggest to fully process your feelings before changing any of your thoughts. But here are some suggestions if you want to borrow these thoughts and if you are ready for them. So instead of, this is all too much, right? One of those feelings that created that overwhelmed feeling, or feeling discouraged or defeated. Try on, this is a lot, but I am capable. I got this. Instead of, life shouldn't be this tough. You can try on, I am strong and I can handle this. Instead of, this just isn't fair. You can try on, life isn't always fair, but that's okay. That's okay. Instead of, I wish my life was different. Try on, I have the power to create a different life if I choose to. I am in control. Instead of this is so hard, you can try on I can do hard things, or I can make it through hard times. I love this switch into empowerment because when you recognize that you can be the hero instead of, quote unquote, the victim, right? Or, simply feeling like the things outside of us are creating our feelings, right? That disempowered place. This switch puts you in the driver's seat, puts you in control, gives you the power, allows you to be deliberate and intentional. And you can try these thoughts on, or one similar, right, that you come up with that feel true and believable. And see what feelings are created for yourself. How do you want to feel? Sometimes we want to feel discouraged or defeated, right? Maybe we're like, oh my God, we're going to keep these thoughts because this feels true to me right now. That's okay. Allow yourself to feel that. And then you can move to any thought that you choose to if you want to. You can flip your thinking, and instead of feeling powerless, you're empowered. So if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, find yourself in self-pity at times, feeling like a victim, or feeling discouraged and defeated, just remember that you have the option of being the hero of your story, if you want. Now, I know this all can be easier said than done. So if you want to work one-on-one, you want to work further on this, you want to get my help with your particular problem or issues or relationship or anything specific that you are dealing with, and you want to create that connected and happy and fun relationship, let's chat. Let's talk. You can schedule a 20-minute coaching session, and we can dive into your specific issues, and we can solve your specific problems. And we can create that relationship that you truly want. The one that is happy and connected and solid and fun and enjoyable and extraordinary and epic. So reach out, and I'm here for you. I have a coaching program, a one-on-one coaching program that I have a couple spots open. So if you want to join and you want to get some help from me one-on-one, I am here for you. You can head on over to WhitneyWellsCoaching.com and schedule a free 20-minute session, or simply email me at Whitney@WhitneyWellsCoaching.com. All right, I'll talk to you next week. Thanks for joining me today. Bye. Do you want to explore these topics further? Are you ready to live the life that you want to live on purpose while controlling what you have control over? I would love to be your life coach. If you're interested, simply head over to WhitneyWellsCoaching.com and book an appointment with me today. I can't wait to work with you.